Good morning, dear children. Hope you have completed the previous chapter, written all the question answers and word meanings. Today, we are going to start with chapter 7 of Supplementary Reader. And the name of the chapter is The Wonder Called Sleep. Children, have you ever wondered that after sleeping, how do we feel? Have you ever realized? Of course, you will say that, ma'am, we feel relaxed and calm after a sound sleep. But what is sleep? Can you guess? Sleep is an unconscious state of rest. It has many good advantages. It relaxes our body. It relaxes our mind. Even our muscles are being relaxed. It gives our body smoothness and even happiness we feel after having a sound sleep. When we are sleeping, what do we feel? How do we feel? Many a time we often come across the dreams, and in our dreams we travel long apart. So let's enjoy this chapter, this story about a sleep, and the name of the chapter is The Wonder Called Sleep. So children, we were talking about sleep. Let's have a few points before beginning the chapter. Our body and brain recover from fatigue after a good sleep. We dream while sleeping, but we do not always remember our dreams. During sleep, our heartbeat becomes slower and our temperature and blood pressure go down. We know enough about what sleep is, though we don't know what exactly causes sleep. Sleep is a state of rest, an unconscious rest. When we sleep, our body recovers from fatigue caused by the day's activities. After a good sleep and the rest that it gives, we become alert and active again, ready for the normal activities of the day. So, children, we know we are very much aware what is sleep, but we don't know what exactly how the sleep is being caused. Sleep, it is a state of rest. We all know that. And when we sleep, our body recovers from tiredness, which is caused by the whole day's activities. And after a sound sleep and rest, it gives us freshness and we become alert and active again. And we become ready for the normal activities of the day. When we wake up in the morning, it is not always possible for us to remember what happened when we were asleep. We may remember a dream, but the rest of our sleep was a kind of darkness in which nothing seems to have taken place. So, children, in the morning, when we all wake up, do we remember everything what happened at night while we were asleep? I don't think so. It is possible for us to remember what happened while we were sleeping. But at times we may remember a dream, but the rest of our sleep was a kind of darkness, which means we don't remember exactly what happened or what we were thinking or what we were doing. in which nothing seems to have taken place. So, for us, it is the total darkness that we doesn't remember what happened at night. If we see a dream, at times we only remember the dream, but otherwise, the whole night is like a darkness where nothing has taken place. Several things happen to our body while we are sleeping. As we sink deeper into sleep, our muscles relax more and more. Our heartbeat becomes slower. Our temperature and blood pressure go down. The ever active brain also slows down so that we can't think or act consciously, but we dream. So, children, here it is described that several things take place while we are having sound sleep. As we go into the sleep, our muscles they relax more and more. Our heartbeat it becomes slower. The temperature and blood pressure it also goes down. And always working ever active brain it also slows down so that we can't think or act consciously, but we dream. And when we wake up, our temperature and blood pressure rise to normal. Our heartbeat and breathing also become normal, and we are fully awake and have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams that we had while sleeping. So, children, as we wake up in the morning, everything comes to its normal routine. The temperature, the blood pressure, the heartbeat, breathing, everything becomes normal. And we are fully awake. And at times, we have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams, but we forgot most of the things which we had in our dreams while we were sleeping. So now the question arises, what is a dream? It is an activity of the mind that takes place when we are asleep. Some dreams are probable while others are not. That only means that many of the things that happen in dreams could happen when we were awake. Others could not. Dreams seem to be important for several reasons. One is that a dream can help us to sleep through through noise or other disturbances. For example, the alarm clock rings, but our mind causes us to dream that the telephone or doorbell is ringing and that we are awake and answering it. So, children, here the writer is telling us about the dream. What exactly is dream? It is an activity of the mind, or we should say state of the mind, that takes place when we are asleep. Some dreams are probable while others not. This means that many of the things that happen in dreams could happen when we are awake. But there are some things which cannot which cannot take place in the real life. Dreams at times they seem to be important for several reasons. One of the reason is that it helps us to sleep through noise or other disturbances. For example, when the alarm clock rings, our mind causes us to dream that the telephone or doorbell is ringing and that we are awake and answering it. So, this is all about a dream. Certain doctors have found that one's dream often reveal a great deal about one's problems, and that if understood correctly, they can provide a key to the solution of those problems. But we must remember one thing: dreams cannot be caused as a way to tell the future. They simply can never tell the future. Children, certain doctors have studied about this dream, and they have told us a great deal about the one's problems, and that if understood correctly, they can provide a key, they can provide a solution to those problems. But we must always remember that dreams cannot be used as a way to tell the future. Dreams, they cannot predict or they cannot tell the future. They simply can never tell the future. Sleep is the most common experience. But how many of us really think about the wonder and power of sleep? Many poets have written beautiful poems about sleep. Here is one in which the poet is describing the experience of falling asleep. So, children, as we all know, sleep is the most common experience. But do we realize the wonder and the magic caused by the power of sleep? Many poets, too, children, they have written beautiful poems about sleep. As we all know that sleep is very important. A sound sleep is very important in person's life. And if we don't sleep for even a night, then we all know, we all are very much aware what happens to our body. We start feeling sick, we become lethargic, and we feel as if though we are sick. So, children, many poets too, they have written, they have described the importance of sleep in their poems. Here, one of the poem about sleep is described by Edward Thomas. Here he is describing the experience of falling asleep. So let's enjoy the poem also quickly. The name of the poem is Lights Out, and it's written by Edward Thomas. I have come to the borders of sleep, the unfathomable deep forest where all must lose their way. However straight or winding, soon or late they cannot choose. So the poet is describing that he had come to the borders, he has come almost to the border of sleep, the unfathomable deep. Unfathomable means, children, fathom is a unit to measure the depth. So it's saying that the unmeasurable depth, forest where all must lose their way, however straight or winding, soon or late they cannot choose. So it said that sleep is like a forest where everyone has lost their way and they cannot choose where to go. So as it is said that the sleep cannot predict the future, cannot tell anything about future. There is not any book or face of dearest look that I would not turn from now. To go into the unknown, I must enter and leave alone. I know not how. So he is saying that there is not any book or face of dearest look. So he's describing the sleep where we dream about so many things. We can dream about any books or any of our beloveds. And the poet further says, or face of dearest, that I would not turn from now to go into the unknown. I must enter and leave alone. So he says, in the dream, in the sleep, I can go anywhere. I can enter or I can leave alone. I know not how. So in the dream, in the sleep, I can do whatever I feel like or to go to any extent in my sleep. So this is how the beautiful poem about sleep is described by Edward Thomas. So children, I hope now the importance of sleep is much more clear to you, that why the sound sleep is important in a person's life. Go through the chapter, read the chapter and learn and try to find out some more advantages of having a good and sound sleep. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day, children.